Swahili Nation family, welcome back to another recap. I am Wangel Zalalem, and today I want us to start from Egypt. Hundreds of ancient mummies discovered in Egypt. Egypt on Monday unveiled a collection of sarcophagi and bronze statues, including one of pioneering architect at the Saqqara archaeological site south of Cairo. Saqqara is a vast necropolis of the ancient Egyptian capital Memphis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site home to more than a dozen pyramids, animal burial sites, and ancient Coptic Christian monasteries. Archaeologists finding mummies is not a new thing in Egypt. They've been digging and looking for them for a while now, and whatever they find, they showcase and they put in museums. And to be fair, there are a lot of people that are not very happy with that because they feel like the dead should be respected and they should be left alone. But I also understand the curiosity that people might have to understand what it was like to live in ancient Egypt, or what the pharaohs like to do and what their culture and history was like. And the more they're digging, the more they're finding out more about ancient Egyptians. But you know, I also understand why people feel some type of way when they're taking out these mummies. These were once human beings. That's supposed to be their resting place, and most of them have something, you know, written, "Don't open," or "Nobody should dig this up." So I understand why people feel some type of way about this. South African protesters march demanding France to leave Africa. Hundreds of demonstrators from the South African Economic Freedom Fighters Party, which is also known as EFF, marched Wednesday to the French embassy in Pretoria as the continent marked the 59th anniversary of the foundation of the Organization of African Unity. The protesters demanded that France leave Africa. EFF spokesperson Lean Ann said, quote, "It's Africa Day. We know that Africa was colonized. There's only one country on the continent that was not colonized, and that is Ethiopia. France still has its dirty little fingers deeply stuck in its former French colonies." Julius Malema has also handed a memorandum to the French embassy, telling them that they need to leave Africa alone and just leave immediately, and they need to address it right away. And the EFF, from what we can see, they're moving really quickly, swiftly. Whenever something happens to Africans, they're always the first to speak up. They're always the first to call it out. And I believe that that's the way every organization, every government, every institution in Africa should act, including AU. EFF is a good example of putting Africans first and talking about the things that really matter in this day and age, which is uniting Africa and putting its people first. Ethiopia's Tedros Adhanom reappointed as WHO Director General. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom was reappointed to a second 5-year term on Tuesday by the UN Health Agency's member countries. No other candidate challenged Tedros for the post amid the ongoing difficulties of responding to the devastating coronavirus pandemic. Tedros was the first African to lead WHO, and you know, when he first was appointed, people were happy. Black people in general were happy, Africans were happy, Ethiopians were happy. But unfortunately, people accused Tedros of misusing his power as WHO. He not only took a side, he also seems to have a perspective that does not align with the truth. So a lot of people are against the way he moves, and Ethiopia actually asked WHO not to consider him because of the current investigation going on behind his involvement with the rebel group in Ethiopia. But I guess nobody cared. He's reappointed again, and not a lot of people are happy about it. An anti-Rwanda protest was held in DR Congo over alleged rebel backing. Hundreds have staged an anti-Rwanda protest in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, capital Kinshasa, over Kigali's alleged support to the M23, a notorious rebel group, as tensions between the two neighbors grow. During Monday's demonstration, protesters also called for the expulsion of the Rwandan ambassador and brandished nationalistic slogans on banners. One of the banners said, quote, Congo is our country. Not a single centimeter will go to Rwanda. It's really sad to report on this story because it's DR Congo and Rwanda that we're talking about. They're neighboring countries. They are brothers, you know. We're trying to unite Africa. And when we see something like this, of course, it is discouraging. But at the same time, we always have to stand with the truth and we always have to call out any injustice that might be going on. In this case, DR Congo, or the people, the youth, are accusing Rwanda of meddling and supporting a rebel group, which if they are doing that, it's just unfortunate. It's disheartening. It's not something we will ever support. But we haven't seen the evidence yet. We haven't seen much coming out of that accusation. So for now, we will try and investigate more so that we understand what is really going on. But one thing is for sure, what we want to see is unity. We don't want to see division. But if somebody is trying to support a rebel group, we're definitely not going to support that, because that goes against peace. That goes against coexisting. Like, we want to live together in harmony. We do not want any of this nonsense. It has been done to us for far too long, and we shouldn't do that to our brothers and sisters. So with that being said, we will keep you updated on how this will unfold, and we're hoping that they, you know, get things cleared out and they make up. Anyway, Swahili Nation family, let us know down below what your thoughts are about the topics we've discussed. I'll see you next week. Stay blessed. Bye.
Today, Africans, we are struggling with identity. We are struggling with division. We look at each other differently because of our tribes, because of our color, because of our nationality, because of our languages. And we're still struggling with that. We don't think we are one people. We don't think we are one family because of someone else who had its own interests to divide and to conquer Africa. And it's still happening today. We ask ourselves every single day, why Africa is poor? Africa is powerful because we don't have our identity anymore, because somebody else named our identity. And the big person to blame there is us Africans, who allowed that to happen back then and who are still allowing it to happen even today.